You know, everyone always said Prince Harry was the emotional one, the royal with a real heart, the one who didn't hide behind palace walls. But lately, the man's falling apart. He's restless, sleepless, pacing through long Montecito nights like a ghost. And those close to him swear he's not just stressed, he's shattered. One evening, a legal insider claims the dam finally broke. Harry allegedly confessed something no one saw coming. Meghan never carried their children. The grand royal birth story? It was Meghan's version, the one she insisted the world believe. And Harry, desperate to protect his family, went along until the secret started destroying him from the inside. People who've seen him say he looks haunted, a prince imploding beneath the crown's silence. And that's where the cracks began to show, because once the secret starts leaking, there's no stopping it. Enter the mystery woman now at the center of this chaos. She's known only as DL. For years, she stayed hidden. No interviews, no photos, no social media. But now, she's done being erased. DL claims she wasn't just a surrogate. She's the biological mother of both Archie and Lilibet. She says she's got the DNA, the paperwork, the hospital records, and the truth Meghan and Harry supposedly buried. DL says she lived under a strict NDA, sworn to silence, promised payment, and then abandoned. No final compensation, no check-ins, nothing, just a ghosting from the people she helped build a family for, and she's furious. I was told to disappear, she allegedly said, but I refused to vanish again. Her story goes back to 2018. That's when she was contacted by an intermediary tied to a luxury fertility clinic, the kind of place billionaires use when they want absolute privacy. She was told a high-profile couple needed help. Everything would be discreet. Her identity would never be public. The compensation? Life-changing. DL signed the NDAs. She entered the clinic. Medical paperwork was handled with extreme caution, so cautious, she says, that even the doctors didn't know who the intended parents were. She carried the pregnancy exactly as directed. She delivered safely and then she was cut off. Here's where things start twisting. DL claims what happened next doesn't just challenge the Sussex narrative, it rewrites royal history. When Archie was born in May 2019, the world saw the smiling photos, the glowing headlines, the proud new parents asking for privacy, but DL insists Archie was already 2 weeks old when that photo op happened. 2 weeks! That means the palace's Meghan's gone into labor announcement was a perfectly timed story to match the image, not reality. According to DL, Archie had been delivered quietly in Colorado, no royal doctors, no London hospital, just a private, silent birth. Meanwhile, across the ocean, Buckingham Palace released confusing statements. Meghan was in labor, then, moments later, the baby had arrived. It didn't make sense, but no one questioned it. And when Meghan appeared days later, radiant, rested, standing tall in heels, glowing in white, people called her graceful. But if DL's account is real, Meghan looked untouched for a reason, because she hadn't gone through labor at all. That introduction wasn't a tender moment, it was a performance. Now here's where it gets legally messy. DL says her name was wiped from every record, no mention on hospital forms, no birth certificate signature, nothing. No trace of you can remain, she claims she was told. The goal, she says, was to make Meghan appear as the perfect royal mother. No scandals, no surrogacy talk, no complications. But even the paperwork that does exist raises eyebrows. Remember when Meghan's name vanished from Archie's birth certificate months after the fact? Back then, her team called it a clerical change. Now, with DL's claims resurfacing, insiders whisper that it was a calculated move, a way to keep legal eyes off inconsistencies. DL says the clinic, the intermediaries, even the payment system were designed to make her disappear, legally and emotionally. But she didn't destroy the evidence. She kept everything, emails, contracts, receipts, because she believed her silence would be honored. When it wasn't, she decided to tell her story. And that's when royal lawyers started panicking, because this isn't just a moral scandal, it's a constitutional one. If Meghan didn't give birth and no formal surrogacy disclosure was made under UK law, it throws the royal succession into chaos. Titles, legitimacy, lineage, all of it suddenly fragile. Experts say it could challenge the children's royal status entirely. Parliament could even be forced to step in. Legal observers note that international birth certificates might become invalid, especially Lilibet's U.S. paperwork. What began as a hidden surrogate arrangement could spiral into accusations of fraud, falsified records, even misrepresentation of royal heirs. Behind closed palace doors, the tension is reportedly unbearable. Advisors working late, lawyers combing through every detail, terrified that DL's documents might be real. Because if she steps forward publicly with proof, emails, payments, DNA, this wouldn't just humiliate the Sussexes, it would rock the monarchy to its core. Meanwhile, Meghan has gone silent, not her usual calculated PR silence, but total disappearance. No events, no speeches, no glossy photo shoots. Hollywood insiders whisper that producers are quietly backing away, not because they hate her, because they're scared. No one wants to stand next to a potential royal implosion, and silence isn't Meghan's style. She's always been outspoken, polished, ready to control her narrative. But this silence? It feels less like power and more like survival. People who once worked with her say, she's not staying quiet because she wants to. She's staying quiet because she has to. As Meghan retreats, Harry unravels. Friends describe him as unrecognizable, anxious, short-tempered, detached. The guilt, they say, is eating him alive, not for using a surrogate, but for lying. For protecting a story that's now collapsing. One friend recalls him whispering, "I just wanted to protect my family. I didn't think it would go this far." Those words haunt every corner of this scandal. Harry left royal life to escape the lies, only to become trapped in a new one. Now, DL's truth threatens to dismantle everything he fought for. Now, as the tension builds, Meghan's silence grows heavier than any denial. People close to her say she barely leaves the house. The glitz of Montecito, the lavish parties, the brand deals, it's all gone quiet. There's this eerie stillness around the Sussex home. Even their staff reportedly move around like they're walking on glass, afraid to say the wrong thing. Meghan's once carefully choreographed image of calm confidence has cracked. Hollywood's distance is noticeable. The calls from producers have stopped. Invitations to award shows have dried up. People whisper that Netflix executives are monitoring the situation. It's not hatred, it's fear. No one wants their name attached to what could become the biggest royal deception of the century. And Harry, oh Harry, the same man who once charmed the world, who spoke about mental health, healing, and honesty, now finds himself trapped in the lie he helped build. Friends describe him as distant, lost in guilt. They say he sits alone at night, scrolling endlessly through the headlines, muttering that everything is falling apart. He can't sleep, he barely eats, and for the first time, insiders say he's stopped defending Meghan. The once united front is fracturing. One source claims Harry told a confidant, "I wanted to protect her, but I didn't think the truth would destroy me." That line, that heartbreak, echoes through everything that's happened since. Meanwhile, DL's world is moving in the opposite direction. For years, she was a shadow, a secret behind NDAs, payments, and legal threats. But now, she's standing taller, preparing to go public. Her team says she's ready to reveal everything: the contracts, the fertility clinic records, the hospital bills, the emails with Harry's representatives, even travel logs matching the timeline of both births. And if those documents are authentic, this isn't just a royal scandal, it's a constitutional earthquake. British law demands transparency in royal succession. Every royal birth must be verifiable, officially recorded, traceable. A secret surrogate arrangement that went undisclosed? That could legally invalidate the children's place in the royal line. Imagine that. 2 children adored by millions suddenly becoming question marks in the royal record. It's unthinkable, but insiders say that's exactly what the palace is terrified of. Behind Buckingham's gates, lawyers are working around the clock. Advisors whisper in coded conversations. Everything, from Archie's birth certificate to Lilibet's American paperwork, is being re-examined. And here's the twist. If DL's claims hold up, it could mean that official documents were altered intentionally or not to hide the real story. That doesn't just break royal tradition, it crosses into potential fraud. No wonder insiders say the Queen's advisors used to fear this exact situation. They reportedly warned the Sussexes years ago about secrecy and legal implications, but those warnings were ignored. Now, the illusion of the modern royal family Harry and Meghan built is starting to crumble. The Netflix deals, the Spotify partnerships, the global sympathy, all of it depended on authenticity. On the image of two brave people choosing love and truth over royal control. But what happens when that image is proven false? When the world realizes the truth tellers might have been hiding the biggest truth of all? In Montecito, the silence is deafening. Neighbors whisper about seeing Meghan alone in the garden, pacing, avoiding photographers. Harry, meanwhile, has reportedly been seen taking late-night drives, windows up, eyes red, avoiding cameras. Their once glittering fairy tale mansion now feels like a gilded cage. And DL? She's the calm at the center of the storm. Confident. Steady. Her lawyers are reportedly negotiating media deals, major ones. Some sources even hint at a televised sit-down, unfiltered, where she'll show the world what she's kept hidden all this time. No PR handlers, no palace lawyers, just her and the truth. For Meghan and Harry, this is more than a PR crisis. It's the countdown to the moment their entire narrative could collapse. Because when evidence enters the picture, the conversation changes forever. No spin, no interviews, no sympathy can protect you from facts. Inside Buckingham Palace, the atmosphere is reportedly icy. No statements, no denials, just tension. The institution has survived wars, divorces, scandals, but this touches the one thing the monarchy guards most: legitimacy, lineage, blood, the unbroken thread that defines who belongs and who doesn't. Harry's choice to step away from the royals was supposed to be freedom. But freedom built on a lie is just another kind of prison. Those close to him say he knows it. That's why he's breaking down. He wanted to be honest, one insider said, but he chose love over truth, and now he's paying for it. As the countdown ticks, one question remains. Will DL actually go public? Her team says yes. They claim she's already in talks with legal experts on how to release her evidence safely. Some say she's even received threats, anonymous calls warning her to stay quiet, but she's reportedly not backing down this time. "I've been erased once," she allegedly said, "never again." That line has become her mantra, and it's shaking the royal foundation. Because once DL speaks, it's over. There's no putting the genie back in the bottle. No palace spin doctor can rewrite DNA results or delete financial records. And the moment she steps into the light, the fairy tale Meghan and Harry built turns to smoke. Now the world waits. Meghan hides. Harry crumbles. The palace holds its breath. DL stands on the edge of history. She's holding documents that could change everything. What it means to be royal, what it means to be a mother, what it means to live a lie. If she reveals them, it won't just be the Sussexes who fall. It'll expose how far the monarchy was willing to go to protect an illusion. Because this isn't gossip anymore. This is truth fighting its way to the surface. And that's the tragedy at the heart of it all. For years, Harry and Meghan said they wanted authenticity. They said they wanted to live honestly, without lies or royal manipulation. But somewhere along the way, truth became optional. And now, it's coming back with a vengeance. As the lights dim in Montecito and the world holds its breath, one truth remains unshakable. When evidence steps into the room, even the grandest illusions tremble. And this illusion, it's on the verge of shattering forever.